Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Well, the connection looks excellent, so I am going to assume that we're live. Welcome to the Crypto Andy channel with all news crypto. An article caught my attention today on Aptos, and I want to discuss it with you. 5 reasons why Aptos rally could still have wings. So, Aptos reached a new all-time high of $20.39 after posting gains exceeding 400% since the start of 2023. So that is killer. It's a 4x, which I guess in crypto land is not that unheard of. I think Solana had like a 2.5x recently, but still, that's for like a new one in the times that we're in. That's pretty commanding performance. Let's explore some of the factors that could be propelling the Aptos price rally. A rich history and strong investment backing. Aptos is a byproduct of Facebook with the Libra blockchain. They're using the Move programming language. Aptos raised $350 million in 2022. This is more of what I want to get into. The steady ecosystem development. The Aptos blockchain was launched in October 2022 and is still in the nascent stages of ecosystem development, meaning it's a baby, right? It's a very price fluctuating baby. It's a great baby. It's a money baby. There are a few decentralized finance or non-fungible token projects on the blockchain. Smart contract activity is currently limited. More than 95% of the blockchain transactions are for APT transfers, showing negligible decentralized application activity. So the first chart I want to bring your eyes to here is this one. Development activity has been around average on the blockchain. The number of active developers on Aptos is more than Avalanche and Tezos, but behind Solana, Polkadot, Cardano, and Ethereum. So let's zoom in on this guy real quick. Hopefully you guys can see. Cardano is one of my favorites. I like Solana. I was impressed with Solana because they've been under such pressure. But back to Aptos. The fact that Aptos is upending Algorand and Avalanche is quite impressive. Avalanche is a layer 1. Aptos is not. Aptos is, I guess. But my point is their development is relatively strong compared to these other players that have been there longer than them. So it does have propulsion, it has steam, it has momentum. People are excited about it. And as we can see here, Aptos is definitely performing well. Excuse that if you hear anything in the background. So traders' disbelief could push Aptos price higher. Given the lack of activity and limited ecosystem growth, the rally in APT has taken the market by surprise. It's not difficult to find tweets hinting at the overblown market capitalization of the token. So I think that maybe that's true. It doesn't deserve the price it has just because it's a baby, right? As it delivers, there's just a lot of excitement around it. It's a speculation within a speculation. However, going against the trend can be risky for sellers. The short side trade for APT perpetual swaps is getting crowded as the token has surpassed its October 2022 peak around $15, which is evident in the negative funding rate for APT. So here we see October, the peak in October, and we're going to get to the price chart in just a moment. And now it's surpassed that by a good bit. So let's go right into the chart, then we'll finish the article up. This is on TradingView. This is on the daily chart. I did it on Huboy. I wanted to have like a smaller exchange because I tried finding where Aptos launched, and the closest one I found was on October 19th. And if you look on like Kraken or Coinbase and Binance US, I think Binance US is October 19th, as I recall, but all the other ones, it's not available until November. So this like little extra days was only available on exchanges like Huboy. So APT, USDT, US Tether. And we see this huge blow off top. If you ever see that blow off top, sell. And it just, from the bottom to the top, 263% in one day. That is nuts. You could have doubled your money and a half in one day had you known about Aptos. And when it came out, It had a lot of really cool developments. Its mainnet launched and things like that. So there was a lot of, there were fundamental reasons too. So this is the top, and now it has surpassed the top, right? 16. Let me just mark that with a horizontal array here. Okay, so now it's topped. It went up beyond its previous high. All right, let's just move. So if you had bought Aptos on January the 8th, look at how much money you would have made. Oh my God. Crazy money. Crazy crypto money. 379%, right? If you had bought it just like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. That is crazy, crazy money. When it works. But you got to remember, the downside is just as bad. If anybody made money, you should probably sell it. Not financial advice, but you should probably sell it. I mean, it's bound to come down. Looks like there's a zone here at $6. All right, let's go back to the article. The sell pressure on APT is limited. APT tokenomics limits the selling pressure on the token for the first year from its launch in October 2022. The release schedule for APT delays investors unlocks until October 23rd, after which there will be a steep rise in the circulating supply of APT tokens until the unlock begins. The only source of inflation is from staking rewards, which is 7% for staked tokens. Okay, so I want to draw your attention to tokens.unlock.apt, that app slash Aptos. There's a link in the description of how to get here. And basically, a vesting schedule has a really big impact on the price. It means that people who invested early on, the early investors, the foundation, core contributors, those guys now have their token unlocked. So if they bought Aptos for, I think, a penny on the dollar, and now they're available to sell, even if it's at $6, like if it comes down significantly, they've made thousands of percent. They've made a lot more than 300%. They've probably made 600%, 1,000%, because they bought it for fractions of dollars. And now if it's at like $10, that's like 1,000% if you bought it. So they're gonna sell. They're gonna be excited to get their money. They've been waiting for a long time for it, for years. So I just want to bring your attention. They say in the article October, but when I look at this vesting schedule for Aptos, it's really on. Look at investors. This October is here. Okay, investors 0, core contributors 0, and only really the foundation and the community. The community has most of the Aptos. And so you keep going. Okay, when is the unlock? Okay, so it starts to unlock, but when does it unlock? Oh, still nothing. November 12th. So on November 12th, the investors will get 8,000,005, I'm rounding up, and the core contributors get 11,900,000. So that's going to be 12 plus 9 is roughly like 20 million Aptos tokens are going to be in the market from 163 million to add 20 million to that. So, and you got to remember, these are guys who want their money, right? They've been waiting for years. They're not like the community who've had the ability to trade Aptos. They've not had the ability to trade Aptos. They're going to want cash out and live large and enjoy their investment and maybe put it somewhere else. So when I saw this date, I marked it on my calendar. I have alerts and everything like that, just because if you wanted to short Aptos, that would be when you would do it. You would do it like the week before November the 12th, because you know that this flooding in the market is going to lead to downward pressure on Aptos. So that's as certain as you can be to the token going down in price, just because all these people are going to want their money. So that is as certain as you can be. I added it to my calendar. I added a lot of email notifications and notifications. So it's on my Google Calendar, notifications and emails, and I did both. so I'm not gonna miss it. If it's at especially if it's like at a peak, then it's definitely coming down from that. Probably by then we'll be hip deep in like a recession, most likely. But if it's a bounce in the recession, then it might be a good time to do it. So let's finish out the article. The sell pressure on Aptos is limited. Kimchi premium. Significant buying interest for APT is coming from South Korea Won trading pair on Upbit Crypto Exchange. And I wanted to mention Upbit Crypto Exchange. If anything happens to Upbit Crypto Exchange, the price will be radically different. The exchange constitutes nearly 400% of APT token trading volume. So Upbit Crypto Exchange, you got to keep your eye on that if you're going to short right around November and October, because they have nearly 40% of the trading volume. The price of APT on Upbit is around 1%, 3% higher than the market price, which indicates high demand in the region. So for some reason in South Korea, there's just, there's more people wanting, there's more demand for it than here in America. Hence the kimchi premium. So kimchi is a guy in South Korea, I guess. So just be very mindful of Aptos price, where it's going. Make sure to look at the token unlocks for APT and for other cryptos. Aptos has had a really great performance. I don't know how much higher the market will go, but probably the most of the move is most likely already happened in the entire market. I would guess not just in Aptos. Let me just take a quick look at Bitcoin, because I can't resist not looking at Bitcoin right now. So Bitcoin is at 23,000. It's doing pretty good. It's turning around on the daily on the RSI. Let's look at the weekly here. Oh, on the weekly, it could have one more green bar to the upside, but it is sort of starting to top out. I thought originally that Bitcoin could easily get to like 25,000, 24/7 because of this. The moving average, the 200 moving average, and the 50 moving average are about to collide, and that usually indicates a point at which traders would sell at resistance, right? So I thought it could mean the topping of Bitcoin. So if it goes, it would beat the August 22 rally. In my opinion, this whole thing has been a bear trend rally. It's not a turnaround in the market. I don't think that. There's no reason to think that, because look at how much downside there's been. There's just been a lot of downside from here all the way to here. It's gone down 74%. So just because there was a little bounce, it went down 74%, and now it went up 42%. It's still down like over 30%, right? And so this is not. There's no reason to think this is. The market has recovered. I don't believe that story. So keep an eye out on Aptos. Aptos has had great performance. Is it time to short it right now? I don't know. When it comes to shorting, I want to be really correct. Like I would short Bitcoin at 25,000. I would feel comfortable because there's reason to believe that with the moving averages. I have like support levels, and this is something I'd recently discovered. Don't be in a token if there aren't support levels and resistance levels that you can sort of play off. If you know a lot about the fundamentals, you can maybe play it that way. But without those support and resistance levels, you're not going to know where to put stops or where other traders are going to put stops. And that matters because other traders can, if you know what they're going to do, then you can front run them, you can short them, you can play off other traders. But if there's nothing, then it's even more risky, and it's already really risky with crypto. So Aptos is broken free. I think it's starting to top out. I don't know how much longer this uptrend could go. It could go higher, but the big move has already happened. Keep an eye on the token unlocks if you want to short it at one point. And the reason I say shorting, my mind has gone to shorting just because I think the market will turn around. But another thing I've learned, you gotta play what you see and not what will happen. So I know there's gonna be a recession, but you gotta play it with what's happening on the chart and not what you think. I entered into a position to the upside. All of my positions were to the downside, which will play out. But you just won't make money right now until it plays out. You may not make money for a couple of months. So depending on your time horizon, I think it's better to bet in the stock market to the upside right now, or get into the inverse positions, betting for the economy to go down. If you have trading skills, you can trade cryptocurrency and you can trade stock market. They all move in tandem. Cryptocurrency is not independent for right now. It may be at some point in the future, but it's not right now, and it'll go down with everything else. So you got to pay attention to the regular stock market. All right, this is just my final thoughts. Crypto Andy signing out, and I will see you on the next one.